Okay, let's do that.
You want me to read this novel?
I do, because you know I can't, because if not, we'll be here and be like, record again, start again, start again.
All right.
Okay, welcome to the snackable and delicious content to ease your weekly curiosity. I'm Kristen Werner. I nailed that word. I'm with Mia, and today we are every single week bringing you delicious, bite-sized, snackable pieces of content to help you in your content journey. Now, today we have a little bit of a different one. It's not so much a question, but an incredible statement, I suppose, that one of our members put into the Facebook group. So Mia's going to read out the little novel because we wanted to share it with you. We think it's really, really important, whether you're whatever creator journey you're on. It's just a beautiful reminder that you've got this. Really?
You do. Yeah. I should have my glasses on, but here we go. Let's go. So I want to share something here as I feel some of you might relate. 2 weeks ago, I had 0 UGC gigs for the first time since January this year. I was also spending a lot of time on socials, mainly TikTok, doom scrolling, and I felt my energy shift to a negative space. I felt anxious and edgy, and then no UGC work. This is my main form of income. So obviously, you're kind of stressing out. I realized the impact my mindset was having on me and did an overnight shift. No social media in the morning, early walk or workout, journal and manifestation and gratefulness. In 24 hours, I landed the highest paying gig with a major US brand, as well as 5 other smaller gigs, some repeat customers. From 0 gigs to 5 booked with 1 day of changing my mindset. This shit is real. Mindset is everything. I'm going to stop testing a theory and go all in on my other goals now, as I can feel a huge difference in how I feel the past few days. She nailed it on the head. Mindset is everything. And this conversation has come up a few times in our membership, and every time it does, I feel like whenever you have a mind shift change, something happens, something comes. And I've experienced it as well. Totally. So it's a good reminder.
And especially when you're in the content space, creating content for yourself, creating content as a UGC creator, whatever it may be, we all fall into this bucket of consuming too much content. And the second that we start consuming too much content, we get in our heads, we start telling ourselves stories that we're not good enough, we can't create the content we want. And, so that in itself is part of that. And when you take that shift, and I love how, she's mentioned that there's no social media in the morning. She gets up, moves her body and kind of cleanses the day and then gets onto it. And I think that's really smart. We've got another creator I know in our community who's mentioned that she's decided from, I think, 8 p.m. there's no social media from then on. So, there's little things that we can do to social media is such an incredible gift to us as a content creator. It's an incredible gift when used correctly, but it's also such a big thing that we consume so much that it can really stop us and paralyze us from creating better content, connecting, even just living. I think and I get the same. I've got ADHD, so I do a lot of doom scrolling. It's doom scrolling. I enjoy it and it's entertaining. But got to see this at 2:00 in the morning. But you just got to have some boundaries. And I find the more I consume, the less creative I get, because I'm not so much comparing myself to others, but I don't know, it kind of just drains my creativity the more that I consume. And I guess it's this whole mind shift as well. If you think, I've got no UGC jobs, nothing's coming in, nothing's going my way, I'm so desperate for money, this is what am I going to do? That energy is probably going to come across in not only your content, but your life. And it's all this woo-woo kind of vibrational shit that I reckon's real. But the minute you shift that and then start putting a different energy out there, things change. I swear it's real. It's hard to explain. But it's that whole law of attraction and all of that I'm definitely no expert in, but the more I listen to it, the more I consume it. I understand that it is, but I also know that as much as I love it and understand it, there's also moments where you are just so in your own head that you're like, well, it's crap. It doesn't make sense. This is bullshit. It's not a real thing. And then all of a sudden, if you can just change that, and it might be just a small thing that you're doing. For me personally, if I ever start thinking and feeling like that,
I know that I've got to move my body. I know I've got to get out to the gym. I know I've got to go for a walk. I know I need to do something because I'm holding this stagnant energy that's just, it's like a bear on my back. And as soon as I do that, life's better. It's amazing. Like, I'm just the best thing ever. So it's really, and then the good things come from that. So I think that's such an important statement that she dropped into the group, and just to let everybody kind of have that moment with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's totally normal to go through these kind of flat phases where you're like, oh, this is not working. Like, what's going on? But it's having that self-awareness to go, okay, this is where my energy is at the moment, and I need to shift that for anything to work. You're not really going to become successful and have things come for you or to you if your mind is not ready and open for it. So having that awareness to get yourself out of it is really important when you're a content creator, because it's so easy to fall in the trap of, this isn't working, my content sucks, what's wrong with me? Everyone else is getting jobs, why not me? So it's your kind of responsibility to try and get yourself out of it.
Yeah, and it's also just being really self-aware that what you're consuming online is part of somebody's story. So they might not be posting the days that aren't working. They might not be posting, everybody's going to be posting their highlight reel, as we all know, but the wins, when you get financial wins and people put income claims and stuff like that, that's not everyday commonality. But people have them stored in their screenshots in their phone to put them up when they're like, oh, I'm just going to promote this today. So it's not a normal thing. And I think that's where creating content and consuming too much content becomes a problem, is not being able to see the light and shade. And that's where, for me, like I said, going for a walk, going for a run, I can then come back with a completely different view of like, it's fine. I was just reading way too much into that or something. So I suppose to leave you with for this episode, if you're starting to feel like that, put your phone down or start walking because you're listening to the podcast. Go for a walk. Get outside, go for a walk, and maybe put a little bit of a rules on yourself that's, no social media in the morning or after a certain time at night or something like that just stops you from picking up your phone. Is just a small, start small. You don't need to change the world. You just need to start with one thing and see if that helps.
Yep, exactly.
Sweet.
Good message. All right. See you next week.
See ya. Shit podcast. There's so many good ones too.